Yo, you might be right, son. You might be fucking right. Damn.
Quick mic check 1 2 1 2. I am back in the building, ready to make a meal. You're chilling, making the kill, and watching how we all deal. The bit. No, I'm just playing. Hey, baby, can you turn that down? Okay, so I'm back up in this thing. All right. I had to do this little response because you got so many people. We all tend to be a little opinionated or whatever, but when it comes to this hip hop shit, like this is my lane completely. So I did a video, um, or actually an interview. I was talking to Aries, and we got into the classic debate of a hip hop battle. It was LL Cool J versus Canibus. Everybody knows this battle is almost like legend. It's legendary now. So we going back and forth on the pod, and he's like, "Nah, Canibus," and he's trying to break down, and I'm like, I'm telling him, yo, L got him. And what I noticed in the comments is that a lot of people shared the same sentiment. So I had to do this video to really break down how LL not only destroyed Canibus lyrically, but also ended his career. It was pretty much over at that point. What you see when you have, hold on, first let me start with the maybe like a little background for people that maybe don't know or maybe don't remember or maybe need to get caught back up to speed a little bit. It all starts where Canibus is more the upstart. LL Cool J is doing an album. um Most of his albums always have a posse cut on it where niggas is on there, they just they going crazy, they going in, right? This is I believe the Phenomenon album. I don't even have my phone on. I'll check in a second. Joint 4321. You have Redman, Method Man, Canibus, DMX, Master P, LL Cool J. So the way the story goes is that they all lay their verses. Canibus does a verse where he references LL Cool J's microphone, where he says, hold on. He said, "Red, where the squad at? Meth, where the gods at? Yo, L, is that a mic on your arm? Let me borrow that."
Oh, hell no.
And that didn't sit well. It's almost crazy that he would even say this line. Like, this line is almost crazy to even think that you could jump on a track like that and really say that. But L, naturally, as an MC, competitive, he took offense to it. And rather than taking him off the song, they agree to change the verse. Canibus agrees that, okay, he'll change his verse, and then that's what he came back with yo, I'm the illest nigga alive. Watch me prove it. I snatch your crown with your head still attached to it. Canibus is the type that fight for mics, beating niggas to death and beating dead niggas to life. If you look at me long enough, I start to read your thoughts, and if your signal was strong enough, and then I call you bluff, like, yo, how many rhymes you got? I could go on for more millennia than monsters got on a car lot, and there's nowhere to run to. When I confront you, nigga, I call you bluff like you had a phone number. Who want to see Canibus get wild? Who want to act fly and get shot down with a surface of air missile? I take you on and on, shape, size, the form, spin on anybody who ain't close enough to shit on. 0 to 60, I'm already doing 100 when I'm blunt, and then I give it to any nigga that want it. So Canibus comes back with that, replacing the verse where he referenced the mic on L's arm. I still think that verse still has some shots in it. If you just listen to the certain things like, I'm the illest nigga alive. Watch me prove it. I snatch your crown with your head still attached to it. Canibus is the type to fight for mics. Stuff like that. And I guess LL had already laid his verse, and he was supposed to change his, and he didn't. He put it out. And LL's verse was a response supposedly to the original verse. And then that's where all the drama ensues. Canibus comes back with second round KO. This turned into a debate with me and Aries. Aries, after the show, he actually went, listened to the songs again, and he inboxed me. and he agrees with me.
Yo, I just listened on YouTube to the Canibus verse, and then afterwards I listened to the LL verse. Yo, you might be right, son. You might be fucking right. Damn. 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 You might be right.
And I'm trying to tell y'all, the competition on a lyrical level, just whatever measure you want to use, it's not even close. LL Cool J destroyed Canibus. And I figured after going back and forth with you guys for some days in the comments of the video, I said, you know what? Because these niggas don't really listen or follow lyrics. I think a lot of the problem is, like in a battle like this, especially, is people get caught up in what their idea of hip hop is, or it should be, or what it should look like. People get caught up on the delivery. But when you break down shit word for word, what they're saying, the impact of these words, it is not even close. And I tend to show y'all that. This nigga swear Canibus ate so hard. Let's start with the Can I Bus? Bam. And here we are. Right. So gave y'all a little background. So let's break this down by what they're saying. Everybody swear like Canibus is this lyrical giant, like LL don't stand a chance. So we're gonna get into what's actually being said. So Canibus. First verse, second round KO. Yo, I'ma let the world know the truth. You don't want me to shine. You studied my rhyme. Then you laid your vocals after mine. That's a bitch move. Something that a homo rapper would do. So when you say that you platinum, you only dropping clues. And then, okay, think like, all right, you know, cool little warm up. I really don't take nothing out of that personally. That's just like, oh shit, but you know, you gotta let them, you know, set up, gotta let them cook, right? I studied your background, read the book that you wrote, researched your footnotes by how you used to sniff coke. Fronting like a drug-free role model, you disgust me. I know bitches that seen you smoke weed recently. That's trash. But we're gonna keep going. You walk around showing off your body cause it sells. Plus to avoid the fact that you ain't got skills. Mad at me cause I kick that shit real niggas feel. While 99% of your fans wear high heels. And that's like the main one. That's the main bar right there that everybody goes to on this song. And I always stop right there because I'm thinking, like, as a rapper myself, like coming in the game and shit, like, I don't know, I never really gave a fuck about what the niggas thought. All I knew, all I knew is that I had to be fucking dope. And you know what I'm saying, if the ladies loved it, hey, even better for me. But I never understood the line in a sense to where if somebody can gain a magnitude of success and garner an audience to that level in which like LL Cool J did, like how we knocking how he gets it done, or why do we assume that like, oh, it has to be this way in order for it to, I don't know, appeal to whoever you think it needs to appeal to. Like, I don't know, it just to me it's still a weak ass bar. I mean, it sounds cool because his delivery is fucking incredible. Again, and I tell you, like, you guys get so caught up in Canibus delivery, and that's what it is. So it's a lot different when it's like, yo, I know bitches that seen you smoke weed recently. You walk around showing off your body because it sells. Plus to avoid the fact that you ain't got skills. Mad at me because I kick that shit real niggas feel. While 99% of your fans wear high heels. Like, that shit sounds dope. You have a motherfucker coming out, you like, whoo, this nigga going in. It's still trash. So let's wrap this first verse up. From Ice-T to Kumo D to Jay-Z, now you wanna fuck with me? You must be crazy. You dripping in whack juice and you can't get it off. You better be prepared to finish what you start, nigga. It's like, okay, cool little warm-up verse and shit. Keep in mind he going at LL Cool J, but people are acting like that shit was so fucking lyrically above, right? It just wasn't. Like there's really nothing there. It's just it's a bunch of filler outside of the main bar that y'all point out from that whole verse that y'all swear is something and it ain't really nothing. We're gonna jump right into the second verse because this was two quick verses of trash. Verse two, he's already warmed up, right? You better give me the respect that I deserve, or I'm gonna take it by force. Blast you with a 45 Colt, make you somersault, shock you with a couple 100,000-volt thunderbolts. Before you wanted a war, now you want to talk. Nigga, that's like, what is he talking about? Like, this is along the, and it's crazy to even say this, but this is along the line that a lot of niggas like to say that we run into with, say, like an Eminem, to where you just start rhyming words and shit, and now you just talking shit. And I'm telling you, like, this nigga's delivery at that time for like, what was that, 98, 99 was fucking crazy. So this shit sounded, without really taking in and shit word for word what this motherfucker is saying and shit, to realize he's saying a bunch of nothing. Shit sounded fucking incredible. But where we end at, okay. Before you wanted a war, now you want to talk. It's about who strikes hardest, not who strikes first. That's why I laugh when I hear that whack ass verse. That shit is the worst rhyme I ever heard in my life because the greatest rapper of all time died on March 9th. Let's sit there for a second, all right? Because I forgot, I showed y'all the Canibus verse from 4321. And a lot of people, they always said that, okay, like LL, he got 8 on this song. But then when you recognize what he was doing, he was responding to Canibus's verse. And when you break this verse on 4321 down word for word, you could see like it still levels the way that he broke it down. So I could break that verse down for you real quick to show you like what's the difference. Like he's responding to him, and then even on the second verse that Canibus redid, it still seemed like he was taking shots. So these dudes was already having a little mini war within the song, and it's crazy and shit. And there's a video on YouTube where LL breaks it down and shit is fucking hilarious and shit. Like all these years later, these guys and made up and everything. So it's whatever. But even on LL's verse, the verse it starts while young sons fantasize of borrowing flows, tell little shorty with the big mouth the bank is closed. The symbol on my arm is off limit to challengers. You hold the rusted swords, I swing the Excalibur. I dare you step in my dimension. Your little ass should be somewhere crying on detention. Watch your mouth, better yet, hold your tongue. I'ma do this shit for free with the time. This one's for fun. Blow you to pieces, leave you covered in feces with one thesis. LL Cool J is hard. Everybody know that little sample. Every little boy want to pick up the mic and try to run with the big boys and live up to the real height. But that's like picking up a ball playing with Mike, swinging at Ken Griffey or challenging Roy to a fight, snapping. You amateur MCs, don't you know I'm like the dream team touring overseas? For rappers in my circle, I'm a deadly disease. Ringmaster, bringing a tiger cub to his knees. In the history of rap, you never seen such prominence. Your naive confidence gets crushed by my dominance. Now let's get back to this mic on my arm. If it ever left my side, it transformed into a time bomb. You don't want to borrow that. You want to idolize. And you don't want to make me mad, nigga. You want to socialize. Man, whew. And I'm daring every MC in the game to play yourself out position and mention my name. I make a rhyme for every syllable in your name. Go platinum for every time your grimy ass is on a train. Watch your mouth. Don't ever step out of line. LL Cool J, nigga. Greatest of all time. So that's what he was speaking to on that. I mean, it's cool. Yo, that was the worst rhyme I ever heard in my life because greatest rapper of all time died on March 9th. And that'll start a whole another debate. I'm talking about Biggie. Rest in peace. Okay, so let's continue. God bless his soul. God bless his soul. Rest in peace, kid. It's because of him. Now at least I know what beef is. It's not what I would call this. See, this is something different. A faggot nigga trying to make a living off of dissing somebody that he gotta know is better than him, but he feeling himself because he got more cheddar than him. Well, let me tell you something. You might got more cash than me, but you ain't got the skills to eat a nigga's ass like me. Pause.
Oh my God.
Oh my God. Yeah, that line didn't age well at all. We still at a bunch of filler. We're not saying nothing at all. But that shit is trash, dude. That shit didn't even actually sound right back in 1999. We were just kind of like, ooh, like that shit is terrible. Fucking horrible. And if you really want to show off, we could get it on live in front of the cameras on your own sitcom. I'll let you kick them first. Fuck it, I'll let you kick them all. I'll even wait for the studio audience to applaud. Now watch me rip the tap from your arm, kick you in the groin, stick you for your Vanguard award in front of your mom, your first, second, and third born, make your wife get on the horn, call Minister Farrakhan so he can persuade me to squash it. I say, nah, he started it. He forgot what a hardcore artist is. A hardcore artist is a dangerous man, such as myself, trained to run 20 miles of soft sand on and off land. Hey, that shit is what? Garbage. Oh my God. Let me slow that down for you. I don't know. I just can't help to get it to my Canibus mode. And this is the main bar that like everybody swear like, oh, he ate with this, eh? So we can slow it down. Now watch me rip the tap from your arm, kick you in the groin, stick you for your Vanguard award in front of your mom, your first, second, and third born, make your wife get on the horn, call Minister Farrakhan. Okay. So he could persuade me to squash it. I say, nah, he started it. He forgot what a hardcore artist is. A hardcore artist is a dangerous man, such as myself, trained to run 20 miles in soft sand. What does that have to do with anything? I don't know any the hardest rappers I know and shit ain't never had to do fucking any training in soft sand that related to the lyrical. Okay, whatever. On or off land, programmed to kick hundreds of bars offhand from a lost and forgotten land. You done did it, man. And that's the main line that used to kill me. Is they say you done spit it, some whack shit it, and probably thought that because it's been a minute, I forget it. Nah, fuck that. Cause I'm like Common and Cube. I see the bitch in you, and I'm gonna make the world see it too, motherfucker. That's what Cannabis had to offer up. And that's the shit where you're like, oh man, y'all all in the comments, y'all talking about like, oh man, that shit was so like nigga, that shit was trash. And I kept telling y'all in the comments, y'all like, oh, well, everybody on here is disagreeing with you and shit. Like, nigga, that shit don't make y'all right. I don't give a shit. Like, dude, if I'm giving you a viewpoint, and this is something y'all got to know about me. If I'm giving y'all a viewpoint, by this point, man, it's already been thought out. I done already went over it plenty of times in my head on my own. I done reviewed it. I done broke it down. I done put it down, flipped it, and reversed it. All that, like, yo, y'all can't tell me nothing about this. I just gave y'all the lyrics to Second Round KO. Y'all saying that this dude is lyrically like he's something else. There's no way LL can beat that. It was garbage. Let me pull up the Ripper Strikes Back. We're gonna start. If anybody that used to, be with us on the lives and everything, and when we first started posting videos on the Chin Check podcast page, I remember the the opening theme I would use for this show was the Ripper Strikes Back. I don't even know if a lot of y'all even caught that. So y'all be all in the comments and stuff like I don't even know how far back I go with this. The theme that I used to open a lot of our shows with the burning microphone was the instrumental to this song. By the middle of March, when the pregnancy starts in your lady's placenta, that means L just entered. If people don't know what that means or what he's referring to, Canibus had a song called Gone to November, and That was like, I believe, the opening bar to that song. So he's kind of playing off of that. And he's saying, man, that just mean L just entered and shit. He running your shit. I mean, he's already like, but you're gonna notice through this whole song and shit, this is all you could just see the levels professionally, even lyrically. Like this song really makes second round KO look like amateur hour. But y'all niggas get so caught up in image and delivery and shit, man. Y'all miss everything. Let's go. Duct taped your little bitch ass for fronting. Your 4'11 crackhead ass ain't heard nothing. Nigga, you want the fame? Now you famous overnight. Famous for getting fucked by a stick of dynamite. You weak, nigga. You about to die up in your sleep. The overlord of rap will never meet defeat. Pain and agony. I don't touch them zones. Fuck your epileptic lyrical methods is my throne. Blast your 50-pound ass and make you float. You read it, shook, nigga. I wrote the book, nigga. Held down my crown for a decade and a half. Now I'm about to give your grimy ass a bloodbath. Talk about being broke. Nigga, I'm rich. Because I learned to separate the money from the bitch. Don't hate me because I'm paid. Hate me because I'm everything you want to be. Handsome, young, plus legendary. Talk about Farrakhan. Nigga, you better call Jesse Jackson for some affirmative action. Can I bust? Yes, you can. And that's just the first verse. His warm up is already killing the first verse. Follow along. But we go to verse 2. He's like, I just don't know what y'all didn't hear on this song. He covered all the bases and shit in this response. Don't ever open your mouth and mention my seed. Talk about my book you about to read. You know you watch the sitcom, nigga, so stop that. Mad rapper, but now you turn mad actor. 49 pounds and trying to be a mobster, run around town with the Bob Marley imposter. Ask Canibus. He ain't understanding this because 99% of his fans don't exist. You can just stop it right there. It was over. He didn't have to do, that's my baby in the background. Even she said, hey, 4 years old and she catching it. Y'all can't catch it. Yeah, I know. I tried to tell him, babe. I tried to tell LL. He whipped Canibus. Okay, hold on. Let me finish. But that right there, to tell, like, man, that's just a nasty counterpunch. That's like, it's like what you was something that you would see like in a boxing ring. Like, man, that is just so wrong. And you got to understand the levels between these two dudes coming in. Like, Canibus already came in wrong as an upstart. LL at this time was already a legend. We talk about him in a legendary as a legend now, but at this time, 98, 99, 2000, he was already a legend. So this is almost like, in a sense, like this is almost like LL punching down. Like, this is light work. Where I'm not even halfway through the second verse, and this shit, like, if you have any type of ability to interpret lyrics and context, like, you can already see the level different. But because y'all get so caught up in image and the way shit sound, the way y'all think hip hop is supposed to be, and what's masculine and what's hard and all that shit, like, y'all miss so much every time. And this is no exception. This is one of like the biggest moments in like hip hop history and shit. This is back when it was still competitive. These niggas still cared what they was rapping about. They cared about their position. They cared what they was giving about or giving to their fans and shit. But I think still getting so caught up in whatever stereotypes or what do you call it? Just whatever is in your own mind and stuff. Like, y'all miss a lot of shit, man. LL is not to be fucked with lyrically. And we correcting that now. So let's get back to this. Ask Canibus. He ain't understanding this because 99% of his fans don't exist. I'm going underground and blowing your rap down next time. Save that shit for the Lyricist Lounge or a house party where you could battle some clown. On top of all that, I'll beat your homeless ass down. It's like, what are you gonna say to that shit? What do you say to that? And that's what it was like. It's like, yo, I'm going underground. Like, this is it's levels. I'm going underground and blowing your rep down and shit. Like, LL is mainstream. He dropped the Ripper Strikes Back on a mixtape that was, if you got DMX, as dark and hell is hot, it came on a Survival of the Illest mixtape with that CD. He didn't even put this out and promote it and push it and whatever, put a label budget behind it. None of that. He put this out on some underground, like straight hip hop. He called it like this is a tonal banger and shit. That's a club back New York, supposedly that used to be real hot. Um, but he's telling like, yo, I'm going underground, blowing your rep down. Next time, say that shit for the Lyricist Lounge or some house party. Like, that's how weak that shit was. Like, that shit was like some shit that you would do at like a little house party. You remember like how niggas be at the house party and shit, and then like a cool song come on maybe on the radio, and then you always had a crowd of nigga that go rapping and shit over the beat and shit. While like that shit was weak. Second round KO was weak. Say that shit for a house party where you could battle some clown. Let's get back into it. Heard that convicted rapist on the record too. Fresh out of jail, ass cheeks still black and blue. Tell me about the things everybody taught you. How to bust a nut or two. Yeah, that's butter, boo. He's stupid for that. He threw the little jab at Tyson because Tyson was all up in the video and shit. So shit. Hey, that's the thing. When you in a battle, man, you gotta watch it because man, you catch strays and shit, being all of the nigga video or shit grinning in the background and all that stuff. Man, you catch a stray. Let's get back into it. So let's break this down. You be decomposing, but you frozen because my title golden, steady rolling in the world that I'm controlling. What are y'all talking about? Canibus don't have a line on second round KO that fucks with any of this. And this shit is even better than I fucking remember. I can rap this shit without even reading it, but I'm following along for y'all so we can kind of like slow it down to see what the fuck y'all talking about when y'all telling me about lyrics and shit in my fucking comments. He said, you be decomposing, but you frozen because my title's golden. Steady rolling in a world that I'm controlling. Vanguard Awards are for kings who did tours. Climb Platinum Mountain, so pray to the Lords. Jesus Christ. Like, what did y'all not hear when he did? Like, I remember I was just shocked that LL came out with this. What did y'all not hear? Like, he's something the shit out of Canibus on this record. Let's go back. You be decomposing, but you frozen because my title's golden. Steady rolling in a world that I'm controlling. Vanguard Awards are for kings who did tours. Climb Platinum Mountain, so pray to the Lords. Talk about my first, the second, the third born. Now I got a fourth. Canibus, but he cut off from the riches of my empire. I'm like a pimp who thought he had to retire but found a new can of puss to hide. Y'all are ridiculous. I can't believe y'all got in my comments and shit with that bullshit. Nigga, this shit is even more insane than I remember. God. I'm sorry, I'm running that back. You be decomposing, but you frozen because my title's golden. Steady rolling in a world that I'm controlling. Vanguard Awards are for kings who did tours. Climb Platinum Mountain, so pray to the Lords. Talk about my first, the second, and third born. Now I got a fourth. Canibus, but he cut off from the riches of my empire. I'm like a pimp who thought he had to retire but found a new can of puss to hide. You hardcore in a sense like Heather Hunter, but definitely not with the lyrics that drop thunder. You gotta slow it down. Like, you hardcore, like one of these little portholes and shit, in a sense like Heather Hunter and shit, like a world-renowned dick sucker and shit, but not because your lyrics hold any goddamn weight. And he was right. That shit was trash. Like, y'all really tried to argue me down in the comment. Even Aries came around and told me like, yo, man, you right. Nigga, I know this shit because I used to do this shit. I come from a time and shit where your lyrics mattered. You couldn't make it off of image. You couldn't make it off of likes and clicks and people thinking that you popular or whatever, or you got followers or it. Like I come from a fucking time where word for word, like your shit mattered. What would you stream it? What would you put together to really say to him, especially in a battle rap? But again, you hardcore in a sense like Heather Hunter, but definitely not with the lyrics that drop thunder. Found you in a trash can, hot black cause you scared the bus, nigga, and Todd we trust. Nigga. Eric, can I bust? Yes, you can. That nigga said old school. He said, I'm going back old school. Cause see, around this time, motherfuckers forgot about Jack the Ripper, I'm bad and everything. You know, LL by this point he was already licking the lips and he was loving the ladies and shit. And like motherfuckers took him for Saul. And he had to remind niggas. And he did that. This is a verse that pretty much put the nail in the coffin. So I don't know. I might have to pick up and I might have to ask you niggas to keep up. Because like I said, I know this shit. I might have to try to keep up. This is the verse that put the nail in the fucking coffin. It was a rap after this. He was already done with the Ask Canibus. He ain't understanding this because 99% of his fans don't exist. It was done then. This shit put a nail in every corner of the coffin. So here we go. Verse 3. You soft as a newborn baby taking a nap. Make my dick hard with that bitch ass track. Where you at? Smoking in some rum room flat? Sucking off Clef's dick, hoping to come back? Never that. Nigga, my styles is unlimited. Yours is prohibited. Course that's attributed to not knowing your limits and who you need to test when you step into the house of the Lord and get blessed. Damn. Oh, this shit is greasy. What are y'all talking about? Get on your knees, bow down to my degrees, young slacker. Save that demo for Jack the Rapper. You gargoyle / olive oil, pussycat all wrapped up in aluminum foil, ready to boil. Yo, stop right there. He just dissed you. Yo, remember when Canibus showed up to the MTV Music Awards, painted himself silver because he thought he was going to go platinum, looking like Cody Rhodes when he was Stardust? Man, the dude killed himself. A gargoyle / olive oil, pussycat all wrapped up in aluminum foil, ready to boil. I'ma tear the skin off your ass with 10 knuckles. Rhymes so weak, they made me chuckle like a name buckle. You call them lyrics? Nigga, you need to stop. You going out, oh, fuck it, you going pop. Clever way to call somebody a weak weasel. I feed you a poisonous verse, so don't try it. No more rhyming you on a lyric fast diet. Call a paramedic and tell him that he's pathetic. His lyrics ain't energetic, as sweet as a diabetic. Oh man, what are y'all talking about? Sweet as a diabetic. Career be over next year. Yeah, I said it. Look over your shoulder, nigga. That's where you're headed. Motherfucker, where's a rhyme when you need it? First rule of lyrical war, never repeat it. You said the same bullshit in House of Blues. Lit the pipe, dropped the matches, sparked the wrong fuse. That's who. Yeah, nigga, I'm going at you. Stop basing, and you could be a role model too. Diss my moms. Who's the real rap don? Who ruled for 15 years and dropped bombs? Who copped solid gold Grammys and stayed calm? LL, while you drop verses at niggas' prom. You better battle number 2, because number 1 got his title locked down, son. The king of all rappers to ever grace the stage or a mic. Best that ever did it, I'm wicked. Write a verse to flip it, melt it down to liquid, and drown shorty. Fill his lungs until I rip it. Chest busts open, heart bursts and smoking. You see this nigga, son? damn, L, he was only joking. What are y'all talking about? Maneuver, manipulate brainwaves, transform your thought process while my pen gets caressed. Warning, all MCs better retreat. Look at Corny Bus, he can't walk down his own street. Better run and get the food, G's, cause I eat MCs. Devour their titles, cause I'm an idol / icon. And tell Wyclef, don't even turn his fucking mic on. See, that's why you gotta be careful. Stay out the video, don't be producing the track. All that, like, unless you want any parts. I know this shit for a fact. Like, I remember I used to go at niggas and shit, and I'd ask motherfuckers for beats, like, yo, help me with this. And he was like, nah, man, I don't want no part of that and shit. Like, gotta be careful. That's probably like the only part I'd be like, I didn't really care for, but I mean, hey, it was over though. Soldier, nigga. Thought I told you, nigga. Crossover, slam dunk, game over, nigga. Soldier, nigga. Thought I told you, nigga. Crossover, slam dunk, game over, nigga. Can I bust? Yes, you can. Can I bust? But there you have it. Gave y'all both of these tracks. Like, y'all can't. It's crazy. And I mean, yo, first of all, I do want to say, like, yo, I appreciate everybody, commenting, dropping their opinions and stuff. Because, like, I love these discussions. First of all, I love hip hop. So that was just pretty awesome and shit. And like for me personally, just like kind of like as an artist and uh, just a huge fan. Like this particular battle stood out to me as for one, with LL being one of my all time favorites, and then you have Canibus at the time who just seemed like just a new energy and everything, and he was captivating. And yeah, I was like, man, this battle was really something, at that time. So I was just heavy into it, like, oh shit. And I don't know, if you really paid attention, it made you look at these way different. Because then when you look at it, like, damn, like maybe LL soft, like he ain't ready for this. He's Hey Lover and who do you love and all that, licking lips and shit. And you just when sometimes you can sleep on somebody. And then when he came back with the second, or with the Ripper Strikes Back, man, that shit was just like, yo. And I don't get how rap fans, like, they can't really separate maybe the image or whatever that you have set on a particular artist or whatever, that when it comes down to the battle, they can't even appreciate it, or maybe even interpret it the whole, like you see it now, like with a lot of these battles, like we have Eminem and Zeno going at each other. I want to talk on that one. Um, Even like Eminem, MGK, just plenty. What other battles, like Drake, and who he going? Drake is going against everybody right now, right? But it's like a lot of people don't follow the story of why it's happening, and then people tend to choose to side with whatever they prefer as far as preferences, style, rather than like, yo, let's look at what they said. Like, look at what he put out. You see that with MGK and Eminem. Well, like, MGK is kind of looked at differently, and Eminem is looked at as, legend and GOAT and all this shit. And that's another fucking debate. But you see it where people couldn't even appreciate that battle face value and shit for what it is. Machine Gun Kelly came in and smacked Eminem. And really, in whatever perfect world, that ain't supposed to happen, but it happened. Back to LL and Canibus, in a perfect world, maybe in the way that it seemed at the time, Canibus smacks LL until we get reminded of the levels, not only career wise, stature wise, uh, but the levels lyrically. And I think maybe it's been longer than I expected, but like people really stop falling and like following and keeping up and really interpreting lyrics. It's crazy to me that I even had to have this discussion with so many of you. LL Cool J buried Canibus, and Canibus ain't been the same since. And the coldest thing about that Ripper Strikes Back track is he put it out for free, meaning that it didn't even have a mainstream promotion. That's how powerful that motherfucker was. Another way you know that it killed, and it was like, yo, goddamn, like, wait a minute, is when you get somebody in a rap battle and they start asking, oh, who wrote it? Or start making Canibus making ghostwriting allegations. Yo, that shit was hard. And then people, they want to talk like, oh, well, after that, Canibus, like after anything after the Ripper Strikes Back, Canibus was punching up from the ground. He was already knocked out. You see niggas get knocked out in the MMA or boxing and stuff, and then you see them and they on the ground and they like, and the ref trying to get them together and shit and tell them it's so. Like that's pretty much what it was. It was like the battle was already over, and then it don't help that LL went on the GOAT album. He had a song, Ja Rule on the hook, Back Where I Belong. And he just pretty much pissed on the coffin. That verse was just mean. Like, it wasn't even about bars and lyricism. The verse was just mean. So, I mean, I don't know what you guys are talking about, man, but man, I told y'all, I know this, know this battle, man. I can give these lyrics back to you. But yeah, dude, even Aries agreed. Aries agreed. So Aries is not on your side either. Aries agrees with me. All right, yeah. But yo, let me know what y'all think in the comments. Remember, hit the like, follow, notification bell, and till next time.